It's the Playhouse Podcast with Kat and JJ.
Can't believe it. I missed everything.
Missed the show?
What am I going to do?
Check out the Daily Podcast.
All right, here come our favorite moments of the week, including, ladies, heads up. You might have to start bringing in tools for your annual exam with your doctor real soon. That got weird and sketchy. If you missed it earlier this week, we'll catch you up in a couple of seconds. Here comes the podcast.
So I was running errands yesterday, and I had to drop off a package at one of our sponsors' homes, and I know her well. And so I went in, and she said, "Do you want a drink?" And I said, "Sure." I got a little time before I have to go pick up Liam. And so we just had a soda and sat on the couch, and I'm just hanging out. And I look over, and in her kitchen was a porta potty, like those mini little potties to train. And she has a 2-year-old, and she's been training him for like 6 months now. So that little toilet has been there for that long. And then it
in
has
the kitchen.
It has a cute little chart, and it shows all the times. And he gets his stickers. Then above there's like this little candy jar, so he gets like a treat and stuff. So it's going well. She said, "We're almost there." Sometimes, you know how they get lazy and they'll just stare at you while they poop. She's like, "Sometimes I'll do that." And I'm like, "You're right next to your toilet. What are you thinking?" But I want to know, where is, aside from the bathroom, did you keep the toilet? Was it something that would move room to room?
We were pretty conventional with all three of our kids. They all just went to the bathroom.
Yep.
And with the boys, we did the pee on the Cheerios.
Mm-hmm.
And with my daughter Reagan, I hung a Ziploc bag of Skittles on the wall.
Yep.
And she could take a couple of Skittles every time she did the do.
You know, I took some of those when I
The
babysat.
Skittles.
I was like, candy in the bathroom? I love that concept.
Katrina, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good.
We're great too. Thanks for asking. A little unconventional potty training method you had?
Yeah. Okay. So I had multiple little potties. I had one in the upstairs. I had 2 downstairs, and it was just because like I wanted her to get like the idea really quick. And she went like a year and a half.
Nice.
But I've noticed like my nephew and like with my friend's son.
Oh.
Boys take like 10 times longer than girls
Yeah.
to go to be potty trained. So I felt like they needed the mental cues of like where it was a lot more.
I'll tell you why
than,
the
like,
boys have a problem with this, and this is easy. They call it the Terry syndrome, and that's my father-in-law who taught my boys early that if you live out in the middle of nowhere, you can piss anywhere.
And that's exactly what
And-
Holly texted. She said, "Outside the country life,
Yep.
LOL."
And so my boys, and we
That's
lived
true, too.
in the city, like when they were kind of really, really little. Our house was crammed in a development where there was another house right next to you, and it took nothing for them to go see Grammy and Pops, and then to come right back home and to just whiz right out in the middle of the front yard. They had no cares about it, man.
Yeah, but I think it has been proven by like psychologists that boys do take a little bit longer. Luckily, I had a kid that hated the smell and thought of poop on him. So he's like, "I got to get it somewhere where it's clean and you can wipe me and
Well,
be
that's
done
like
with it."
my dad loves cigarettes. I hate cigarettes. Your son hates poop on him. Your husband loves it.
I know.
So it's that every other generation thing.
Truly.
That if you get into that habit. But I mean, how many different potties do you think you had laying around at one time?
I had one that you could put on your toilet, and then I had like 2 that you could like that were her size that she could walk up to if she felt like she needed to go.
And it worked.
Convenience.
Did the
I like
trick.
it.
All right.
Hey, thanks, Katrina. Have a great morning.
Yep.
Take care. It's Carly, everybody. Hi, Carly. How you feeling?
Hi, good. How are you?
We're great. Thank you for asking. You got unconventional potties?
Not me, but when we were at the zoo over spring break, the people in front of us at the feeding the giraffe pulled out a potty for their son.
My God, was it like a
They were
Mary
potty
Poppins
training him
bag?
apparently everywhere.
That's crazy.
What?
They have one of those baseball mom carts. Is that what they had?
I mean, I guess everything in it, just like popped it out, put a bag in it, did it in line waiting to feed the giraffe.
And I get the notion of
guess
wanting
they were-
to potty train your kid, but a part of me, don't you feel like the potties everywhere is confusing? Like there's only one place that you have to end up going, and that is into the bathroom to go.
Well, very confused. And I mean, you're in line, like, I don't care, whatever, but you're in line waiting to do something and then just like, oh, hold up the line because our kid has to go to the bathroom.
Now, but let's rewind this and look at it from a different camera angle here. Carly, what if I told you at any given moment when you had to go to the bathroom, you could just gaze at a giraffe eating eucalyptus leaves off a tall tree. Wouldn't that be better?
So peaceful, I guess.
Yeah, right? That's what I'm looking at. Like,
I guess I would also wonder, like, is he going to get used to it and want people around to watch him? Like, I'm going to wait to go.
Well, flat
until
screens
I
are
have a
pretty
big
cheap.
crowd.
You could run the Animal Channel, the Animal Planet in the bathroom. Just wire that up, throw a Roku stick in it. Next thing you know, hey, you guys want to watch, some elephants grazing? For sure. Let's go to the potty.
Okay.
I'm telling you, there could be something
I mean,
here.
what do you do? What do you do next time where, like, you can't just, like, you're not standing in line just waiting to,
Yeah. Like you're at
like,
Target.
everyone has time right now. Then, yeah.
Right.
Well, you cross that bridge
Yeah,
when you're
in,
12.
like, in the chip aisle, just like, oh, we got to go to the bathroom.
Just to summarize this email again real quick, I thought this was interesting, and I didn't really know how to feel about this at first. Hey, guys, I have a child who was just 2 years old when her father went away, or when their father went away to prison for a 5-year sentence. I never told my child about it because I wanted to protect them, which meant they never saw their father during those years. Now I'm wondering, was it wrong to keep them from my child and not let them visit their father? Did I do the right thing, or did I rob them from important time they could have spent together? Everybody's really torn on this. A lot of people are saying if it's a murder or rape charge, definitely not.
Yeah.
But if it was a mistake, yes.
And I agree with them on that. And I also changed my age range because I think 0 to 4, their comprehension of where they're at, they're just going to visit dad, a fun day, maybe bring some snacks and go see dad for a couple of hours. Keep that bond going. But also, if they get a little bit older and they start asking questions, I don't think you should sugarcoat it too much. You should say they're in there, they made a mistake, but they love you very, very much.
Hey, good morning. It's Kat and JJ. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. I'm sorry. Did we surprise you when we said good morning?
No, it's okay.
What are your thoughts on this?
Honestly, like, my significant other, we've been together for 5 years. The last 2 years, he's been in and out of jail. Our 3 kids are super young. They range from 7 months to now 4 years. And I used to take them every other weekend to go and see him, or certain parts of the week when they had visitation. Mm-hmm. And honestly, they loved it. Like, they loved being able to see him. We always did phone calls with him when we were at home even. Now, currently, for something he did about 3 years ago, he's currently sitting in prison well, he gets out pretty soon, actually, but he's been in there for a little over a year now.
So what's going to happen when he gets out? What's the plan?
We're hoping that he comes home. We're not sure if the courts are going to send him to a live-in facility.
Yeah, sure.
And if they do, then he will go and visit him on their visitation so that the children can still see him.
But you don't regret bringing the kids there at all, it doesn't sound like.
No, honestly. Right now, I regret that. Like, he was in a prison closer to us when he first went in, but right after our visits were accepted, they transferred him 2.5 hours away.
Oh, yeah.
So,
and that's quite an effort for a mom to haul her kids, get them all packed up, make the drive, get through security. Was there anything that any of your kids ever said that made you think they kind of understand what's going on, or was it like rose-colored glasses?
They honestly, no. At first, I didn't understand why he couldn't come home and why we couldn't physically see him when he is locked away. And I just tell him Dad did something that he wasn't supposed to do.
Yep.
And I'm like, when you guys get in trouble, I'm like, you guys get grounded. I'm like, this is technically an adult's grounding.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, that is.
So Dad has to deal with his punishment just like you guys have to deal with yours. I'm like, but as an adult, your punishments end up being more severe, and it's not mom and dad punishing you anymore. And so I think that's helped them quite a lot understand that, even adults get in trouble.
Yep.
And
They like that we take his phone calls every time he calls. He gets to, we send him letters and pictures, and we're also able to do online visits from home now that he's 2.5 hours away. They'd love to go see him physically, but I'm like, that it's too far. I'm like, but when I go pick up Dad, we'll bring Dad home.
This is all really well thought out. Like, I appreciate the temperament you're taking with all this, because it could be easy to just be like, hey,
Screw you.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Problem.
This could have been probably easy to walk away from, but you seem really invested. Hey, thank you for the enlightenment this morning. I appreciate your call.
Yeah, thank you guys for listening.
Have a great morning. I got time for one more real quick. Nikki, would you bring the kiddos to see Dad if he was locked away for 5 years?
Yeah, we actually just got done going through that ourselves. The kids were 1.5 and 3.5 when he went in.
You don't regret bringing them to the facility?
No, not at all. I mean, we would drive probably 1.5 hours one way for a 2-hour visit up until he went to boot camp, and then you can only see him twice a month for an hour, and he was almost 2 hours away.
Okay.
So this is valuable time with those kiddos, and you feel like this is the right way to go, huh?
Oh yeah, they looked forward to it. Is it? Do we get to see Dad this weekend? When do we go? Are we going now? And they could play games and cards and read books and.
And that did a lot for his spirit, I'm sure, too.
How long were those visits when you got to go see him? How long would you have with him?
The ones when he was an hour and a half, it was 2 hours. But when they go to boot camp, it's for an hour and twice a month.
Gotcha.
Did you feel like he appreciated the effort that you put forth with this whole thing?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, good.
Bingo! How fun!
Last week, someone lost an eye at bingo.
Bingo!
Bingo what bingo? Bingo!
This is the part of our show where we're looking for a great listener story. Like maybe you're somebody listening who
has a job where there's a lot of yelling.
I don't know what we're yelling about!
So the top jobs include teachers, cops, referees, healthcare workers, line cooks, and then customer service reps. But I was talking to Liam, we were watching The Residents, and the chef. I'm like, chefs are very volatile.
Yes.
Like you gotta be on your game. Look at what's his name from Hell's Kitchen. Whatever his name is. But he's like constantly yelling.
Eberl, Soup Nazi.
Yeah.
All of them are friggin' fired up.
No soup for you. So, I mean, they're very passionate people. A lot of yelling. Do they mean what they say? Probably not.
They pour their soul into their work.
Exactly. So you have a job that you're at that you just find there's a lot of yelling. Right.
And I'm on the kind of the flip side, maybe, of I'm looking for anyone listening who is planning on starting a new job like this month.
Okay.
Like, you're getting out. You're getting in, maybe you're moving, maybe it's a career change, maybe you're just getting a promotion, maybe you're just looking to do less and retire. Okay. What fits you? I'm looking for anyone to call right now that is going to be starting a new job this month. And Kat's looking for anyone listening to call.
Who works somewhere where there's just a ton of yelling. And it's okay. Like, everyone is understanding of
just
the
the
yelling. I don't know how we're yelling about.
Good morning, Sam. You're first through. How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you guys?
Great. Love that response. Which one do you fit?
I fit Cats, and I might have misunderstood because I came from a toxic yelling environment where they had to even put a white noise speaker outside of the meeting room so no one could hear. But
wait,
you can still hear it.
The meeting room at your work. Do you want to say at least what kind of business
Don't
this was?
say where, but yeah, what were you doing?
Oh, I want to say it so bad.
I know.
It was a manufacturing company.
Okay.
But the meetings got so heated that they had to mask the sound on the outside of the boardroom or the meeting room?
It wasn't even meetings. It was just yelling at people. Just bring them in and yell at them. And it was just yelling constantly. It's and it was the owners. So it was just very negative, toxic work environment.
And nobody could straight up tell them how bad they were being to their employees because they owned the place?
No, they just had a high turnover rate,
Jeez.
which was I was included in that. And my boss, who now works with me at my other company. So
how many times did you get pulled in there and screamed at, Sam?
Never. I am a quiet person. I don't know.
tell.
I never got screamed by them.
You have a lovely temperament, but what is weird is that you said owners. When there are multiple people that are heads of of departments or owners of businesses, and they all think it's okay that that's how you do business. They shouldn't be surprised when people keep leaving.
How long did you stick it out at that horrible job?
6 months.
Okay.
And my boss was the one that said, Sam, you need to leave. And then we ended up working at the same company.
Oh, good. Glad you guys got
And you
out
said
of
high
it.
turnover rate, so obviously there's a lot of people in and out of there. Was it a lot of the we're going to yell at you and people are like, screw this, I'm out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It was crazy.
When there
And
are
those
other
people don't understand. They like see people leaving and they're like, fine, get out of here. We don't need you anyway. They don't see the error of their ways. So
How long ago was this?
Okay, it was a long time ago. 3
Okay.
years ago.
All right. You're obviously happier now?
Oh, I love my place now. I can sing and dance, I guess.
If you were to
I don't
call
know.
our show and just be able to lay into one of us and start screaming at one of us because they're just a horrible human, why would you choose Kat?
What?
yeah.
I don't know if I can answer that. I don't understand your question.
Well,
I don't know if you have the ability to yell at people. And I love that about you.
I have kids, and I don't know. It's just positive. It's just positivity all day, every day.
Good for you. I'm going to put you on hold because we're nosy. And I need to know where you work.
Oh, yeah. Tell us. Will you tell us off the air?
Don't tell us yet.
It's good news time. So can you tell me something good? Kat, why don't you introduce this bit? Because I really, really like the birthday good news.
I do too. And there are those moments where the mom will put their child on, not their child, but their child's friends on blast for not showing up to the birthday party. This isn't quite that situation, but a video going viral just because strangers who didn't know this child wanted to make his birthday a little bit better. So it was at a park, a very public park, his 8th birthday, and a group of strangers noticed that there wasn't a lot of people to be there to sing happy birthday. And they were like, can we step in and help?
All right. His name is James.
Come on, buddy.
Happy birthday, dear James. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, they
that's
just gathered under this gazebo and helped him celebrate his 8th birthday. And just to know that other people out there just cared about the day of his birth, I thought was a good way to kick off good news.
Okay, so now it's your opportunity, Kat, to tell me something good.
Got it. I would say that in my life right now, something good, I feel really good about my house right now. I have gone room to room, drawer to drawer, cabinet, cupboard, everything, and just kind of lightened the plane. You know what I mean? Like, do I need this? Given a lot of thought to things, do I need it? And there's just no better feeling. And I did that last year. And now, like, items where I'm like, why did you keep those? I'm getting rid of those, too. And it just feels
we
really
noticed you're selling it all on the radio
good.
and
It
on
feels
Facebook
really light.
Marketplace.
Actually, I have 2 more items left, so go check it out. And that's what's good.
Tell me something good. For me, my daughter Reagan called yesterday. I was working out, and she let my wife and I know that she got the internship she applied for. And the best part is she wasn't expecting it to count as some of the credits towards med school and everything like that. And so that's fun. She's got a summer full of really kind of advancing to the next level.
Good for
so
her.
for her to go in, get the interview, get offered the job on the spot was good for me. But can you tell me something good? Mandy, I appreciate you calling. Can you tell us something good?
Hi. Well, actually, today is my 27th birthday.
Hey, happy birthday.
So exciting. What are you going to do? Are you going to go find restaurants that give out like free cake and
That's
free quesadillas?
Cat's head is at.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are going to be going to eat, my whole family and I. But right now, my sister's actually taking me, and we are going to pick up my brand new Jeep.
Ooh,
exciting.
Very exciting. And my new leg. So it's going to be awesome.
Wait, you said leg?
What?
Yep, I was born with a birth defect. And since I got a raise, I'm splurging.
No way. So you're getting a new car and a new leg. You're going to be like ultra mobile.
Why didn't you lead with the leg? Like,
that's a big deal.
You know, the car's really shiny and red.
So it's definitely more exciting for you to get a new Jeep today than a leg.
I guess you're right. Priorities.
So I had a friend post yesterday about how they're so excited and they're preparing for graduation. Their son's going to graduate high school this year. He's off to college in the fall. And the thing that they had put on the post was, we can't believe he's never had stitches or a broken bone or anything like that. And we're going to send our young man out into the world. And I was like, I could not even imagine being 18 and never having stitches or a broken bone. I mean, I think
it doesn't mold you into being a better human if you've had stitches.
I'm not saying it does. It's just, it's unfathomable to me that they didn't go so hard and make a mistake so bad that they ended up with stitches. I know I got my first stitches at like 6 or 7. My oldest son, Peyton, when he was 6, we had a Wii. And what I missed the Wii because it had the controllers that you'd move around and you could hit like a bat and a tennis racket. And we were playing downstairs with the Wii, and he went to bowl, and he tripped over the beanbag that we had in the middle of the floor, went face first into the entertainment center, and caught the edge, the corner edge of it.
Of course.
Right under his eye. And it immediately swelled up, and I run him to the doctor, and they got to give him a couple of stitches. And then I called my wife because she was at work, and I knew it would be hell on earth, and she would do 600 miles an hour all the way into the doctor's office. And I was like, let's not cause a big panic. It's just a couple of stitches. So I had been through the stitches ringer enough times to know that it wasn't the end of the world. Everything was going to be all right. But your young man's going to turn 13 here in a little bit. No stitches?
Yeah, let's knock on wood that we're not headed that direction. I do remember one day he was standing on, we had a bench in our dining room, and he was playing with that magic sand that doesn't go anywhere, you know? And so I had it in like this big tub, and he was playing, and then he'd like do this little dance on this very slippery bench. And I go, you better watch it. You better watch it. He was like 2. And then all of a sudden he slipped, fell back, hit the back of his head on the metal register.
Ooh.
And then now he can't grow hair. He can't grow hair. It's
he's got a little
than,
spot?
It's smaller than a dime, but doesn't grow hair anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
It killed all
you
those
could
follicles.
see the meat. You could see the meat, but it wasn't enough to like stitch it. So.
Now, Jessica, hey, I appreciate you calling the show. We answered the call a couple of seconds ago, and Kat labeled it bad mom on your caller.
He's such a liar.
What's all happened to your kiddos? Like, your kids are obviously not living in bubble wrap.
Well, I'm a mom of 5. My oldest is off to college now, and he ended up with 6 stitches in his lip due to being on the trampoline with the younger one, and the head collided to his chin.
Oh my God.
Then my 7-year-old, who is autistic, he is very adventurous, took a nail. He was digging in the ground, stabbed himself in the eye, scratched his cornea.
Oh my God.
He was also on the trampoline with the oldest one and ended up breaking his leg. So he was in a cast for 4 months.
Oh.
No stitches there, no re-breaking the bone or anything. It just healed on its own. But then in the summer, 4th of July weekend, he stepped on a 3-prong fish hook.
Oh.
We got rushed to the ER. No stitches, had to heal up on its own. That's it so far.
I can't imagine taking that 3-pronger out because we've had it stuck, like if I'm putting a worm on or something like that. And those are very painful.
I love how you use the words so far, Jessica, knowing full well that this is not the end of your trips to the emergency room.
Oh, yeah, I know it's not.
All right. Well, hey, hang in there. We appreciate it. 5 kids, too. Would you lose a bet? I mean, why 5 kids?
Well, no, I had 4 with my husband, and then I gained a stepson.
Oh, I got it. So you birthed 4. I get it. But that's still, that's a lot of heads to raise. Good for you.
So when insurance renewal comes around, there's always that thought, like, could we be okay? Especially this year, like we have had such a hike this year with our insurance. And I'm like, okay, if everybody is just really careful for this year, do we need it? But I would say you don't even think about it. You just renew, right? You need it.
Yep, I renew.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, thanks for checking in. Hope you have a great morning.
Yes.
Let's get a kiddo's perspective on this. Yo, Tanner, what's up, man? How are you?
What's up?
You got some stitches to talk about or what?
Yeah, I do.
You wanna?
Do you want to talk about it then?
Yeah. When I was about 2 or 3, I was living in Cosmos, Minnesota. I had learned how to ride bike. There was one hill I had yet to conquer. And the thing I didn't realize about this bus was it was a...
No.
Oh, no. Your
No
phone's
way.
out. No.
Oh, there he is.
Okay, start over. What you didn't realize about the bus was what?
Was the bike was
the bike.
front wheel brake.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went down the hill, this was like a really steep hill. There was a turn right at the end, so I had to slow down immediately. But I hit the brakes. I went head over handlebars. I had to get stitches in my chin, my knees, and my elbows.
How many stitches total, Tanner?
I think 12 or...
You got good scars to show everybody now? You're like, look I'm tough Tanner. Look at all these scars I got.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. All right. Hey, thanks for sharing with us, man. I know you got to get to school. Have a great day.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Take care. Stitches. They're on our Facebook page. How long did you go without your kid having to get stitches? Kat's at 13 years. I'm never going to get that far.
I hope I keep going. People are texting me again. I hope that he just doesn't have to get to that point.
I'm excited to hear about the product that you were embarrassed to see on TV.
So I wasn't embarrassed. I was puzzled as to why I would need to buy this and that clinics and doctors are not doing it for us. And I wanted to get a woman's take on it. So bring Marcia on real quick.
Morning, Marcia.
Good morning.
You knew about this product before
Yes.
I even talked about it. So Derek and I were watching TV last night and I was just like just gazing off. Okay. It was one of those moments. And then all of a sudden I'm like, what is this commercial? And it was showing this like plastic speculum. Do you know what a speculum is?
No, what's a speculum?
It is what widens our area so they
it's
can get in there.
the salad spoons.
Well, no, it looks. We'll have to Google it for him. But what did you think of this Nella Comfort Kit that I would need to buy with my own plastic speculum and other items needed for my exam that I pay for with my insurance? Like, what do you think about that?
Nope. I looked at my husband. I'm like, why would I buy this when?
Yes.
Yeah. And that's what I thought too. I thought, why wouldn't the clinics buy something into this if that's the case? Why would I want to bring this? And then, I just thought that. I thought that was so bizarre.
The commercial is encouraging you to buy it and bring it in with you.
Yes.
So it's more of this is probably a little bit more affordable if it's plastic because it looks like the ones they use at the doctor are metal, right?
Well,
they're going to be
like-
stainless steel.
It says $125.
Oh, really? For a plastic?
And it comes with, don't worry about it, Marcia, it comes with comfy socks for you while you're in the stirrups. I love that part. But okay, so the speculum was designed in 1845 by men. Okay, so they're very cold metal instruments. Okay.
So you're telling me over the last, you said 1845?
Yeah.
So over the last almost 200 years, a woman hasn't come up with a better product?
I just can't believe we can't warm it up. Like I could deal with a metal one. I don't care, whatever gets the job done, but warm it up. Warm it up for me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to bring my own
what do you think their target audience is here? People that don't want
anyone with a vagina
to take the thanks.
Yeah.
To take the germ risk that they might not be completely sanitary when you get to the doctor?
No.
Is that the target audience? I mean, who are they going to sell these to?
That's not the commercial. The commercial is buy a plastic one, right?
So you don't have to use the metal. Yeah.
Oh, so it's warmer.
Nothing about sanitary anything.
So why do you think hospitals aren't using plastic ones?
No clue. Budget?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. But
I don't know either.
Yeah. How many have they been in? Right. And Liam brought that up the other day when we were having breakfast at this cafe. He's like, can you imagine how many mouths this fork has been in? Like, you got to think
immediately went to a speculum?
A speculum. How many of these have been in those? But when I saw it, it was a product I've never even seen. I didn't even know there was a market for it because I pay out of my pocket for insurance a lot of money to be able to go and get my annual and use their products, and they should upgrade, to be honest.
For $130?
Exactly. If that's an option, yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
But I'm not bringing my own in. I'm not buying it.
Hold up. We're all missing an opportunity here, Marcia. If we were to get a bunch of these and get our little Cat and JJ logo on them and start giving them away on the air, is that something you'd call in to try and win?
I don't think so.
I think you would. Knowing they're $130.
His face on the front of a Nella box.
I'll take a T-shirt.
Okay.
I'll take a T-shirt, but that's as far as I'm going.
All right.
I love it.
Thanks for your time, Marcia. I appreciate it. I hope you have a great morning. We're missing a golden opportunity here. What can you? Okay, What
I thought we were
first
going
off,
to get our own burger.
first
I'll
off-
settle for a burger.
First off, what television station is this on? This is like Lifetime or
no, it
Bravo
was
or
just
something?
what were we watching? We were watching Channel 9.
Okay.
It was Channel 9.
All right. So I'm trying to backpedal here, and I want to find out who's the provider of these, which company is selling them.
Nella.
N-E-L-L-A?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I wanted to know, like, I did some research as to what comes in it, and it is not everything is disposable, obviously, except for cozy socks, and then also wipes, a stress ball, because how many times have I talked about how stressed out I am to go?
Can't you just be like old timey dentists or doctors and have somebody bite down on a belt?
Yeah. A disposable Nella speculum designed for comfort.
$130 for this. And does their speculum look different than the pelican looking one that the doctor uses?
It's pretty and it's plastic. So not that I need it to be pretty. I just need to know if I have cancer down there or anything going on.
Super interesting to see if anybody would actually pay for this. I mean, are you...
A calm lavender roller ball. Instruction sheet for my doctor. I don't want to give that to them. They should know what they're doing.
Brittany had just texted in, my doctor uses a plastic one and they light up as well.
Yeah. Yep. Some have lights on them. Oh, your doctor has a plastic one. Your doctor cares about you. That's great. Where do you go?
And Shell said, when I worked at the women's clinic, we had 4 different sizes of plastic ones.
Wow.
So do you have to ask, like, what is that? Is that based on weight when you look at their chart? What's the size based on? How promiscuous you are?
The size is based on weight?
I don't know. I mean, how would you determine that's a last minute call?
I would say for a younger crowd. Yeah, people are texting me. A younger crowd, maybe like a teenager, if they start to go in for their annual visits, I'm sure that it's
use the smaller one. All right. And then somebody who's seen as many sailors in their life as you, that's the bigger one. I get it. No, it's all coming together now. I'm fully understanding.
Can you help me? Can you help me? Can you help me? Everybody!
And this was kind of interesting. Just talked to a woman named Alexis a couple of minutes ago. This is the dilemma.
My friend's younger brother has a lot of lung issues, okay? And ever since he's been a kid, he's always had lung issues. He had 3 surgeries. But this is the thing. I was downtown just at bars, and I see him at a local bar, and he's smoking outside.
Okay, so you know that his family's gone through hell, making sure that he's, safe from anything with his lungs, 3 surgeries, stuff like that. I would feel like I would have a responsibility to that family.
You'd call the mom or dad?
I'd tell my friend, the sister, and then she can take it from there.
Got it.
Alexis saw this downtown. What should we do?
Amy, what would you do here if you saw this?
I would go to the parents, I think.
Yeah.
Going to the kid that's smoking, he's just going to get irate because he's probably smoking. You know, could be because he's addicted, could be because he's doing it just to do it. But I recently quit smoking, and it's hard. It sucks. And
how long were you a smoker for?
Let's see, 32 years.
Holy Hannah.
Yeah, that's a long addiction, and it's not easy to kick. So
how'd you quit? What means did you use?
What was that?
Well, how'd you quit?
Cold turkey.
Really? Just one day you quit? You just stopped smoking?
Yep.
That's
I had, thank you. I had, did the, whole January 1st was going to be my quit day, and I ran out of cigarettes December 27th, and I said, well, why get a pack of cigarettes when I'm just going to quit anyway? And I said, this is it, I'm done.
Wow, most people would say I have a certain amount of days to get in, maybe a couple
smoke them
more
while you
packs.
got them.
Yeah, that's really impressive.
Right.
I want to know, the amount of money that you've saved. Did you treat yourself to anything? Like if I can get to 1 year, then okay. Would you?
Yep.
Would you?
Yep. And it hasn't been, it's only been since this last December, but I needed surgery, which is the reason why I had to quit smoking.
There you go.
And I lost my mom to lung cancer also.
A lot of reasons to stop.
Yeah. But I'm yeah, I definitely feel better. And, you know, it's hard. It's hard when, especially somebody who has gone through something like that and has lung issues and surgery. And then the family is like, well, what the hell? You know, why are you doing this to yourself? When it comes to addiction, it's different.
So, but circling back on this, you would for sure reach out to this kid's parents and be like, hey, you need to know about this before it's too late.
The sister or the parents, I would, because, I mean, they have a right to know, and he's going to be upset regardless.
All right, good looking out. Hey, I really appreciate your thoughts on this. Congrats, by the way. I hope you feel great.
I do. Thank you. And I'm getting married next month.
Oh, hey, well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Thanks. All right, bye, Amy. Have a great morning. I knew I could throw a curveball there. Hi, Barb. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Do you rat this kid out, or you mind your own business?
I'm kind of in the same boat as the other lady was. I would tell the parents, but I would also take a picture of the child because the child would probably go to his parents, oh, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. She's probably lying.
That's the ultimate rat move, is to take a picture of him while he's burning one outside the bar.
That is. But you need some receipts these days. That's true. If somebody's backed into a corner and they're not going to be able to do something that they like to do, but even though it's bad for them, they'll lie. So
And see, the problem with me is I have stage 2 COPD, and I never smoked a cigarette in my life.
You're around it a lot, huh?
My late husband smoked, so I got COPD from secondhand smoke.
Oh, I think we've talked to you about this before, and that made me upset.
Well, I get it. I mean, you're struggling, and you have health concerns now because of it, so nip it in the bud. And if somebody's mad about it, well, then that's fine. They could be mad for a little while, but they'll live a better life. Is that your angle?
Yep, because, you know, you don't know how long you're going to live, whether you die of a heart attack or if you get in a car accident or whatever. You only have one life, and you might as well live it to the best of your ability, because if you don't, you're not going to be happy anyway.
Yeah, what about killer bees? You concerned about that at all?
Really?
I am. Listen, I'm worried. I'm worried about everything.
No.
Killer bees? Come on now.
Chipmunks, too.
Oh, my God.
Barb,
my friend's afraid of squirrels.
Oh,
I'm afraid of the dark.
All right. I am afraid this conversation's going to go longer than it is.
Have a great
Please
morning.
hang up.
You're
the
best. Take care. Have a good day.
Bingo.
Bingo what bingo?
Bingo! Listener Bingo is always my favorite part of our show because it's your story on the radio. Maybe you're somebody listening who
has had to obtain a lawyer. I'm going to say in the last year and a half. This guy in New York State, his name is Jerome. He decided to have an AI lawyer defend him, and this judge was not having it.
The appellant has submitted a video. We will hear that video now.
May it please the court. I come here today a humble pro se before a panel of 5 distinguished justices.
Is this, hold on, is that counsel for the case?
I generated that. That is not a real person.
You did not tell me that, sir, and you have appeared before this court and been able to testify verbally. You are not going to use this courtroom as a launch for your business. So if you are able to shut that off, you have 5 minutes.
Whoa.
It's the kind of judge I would be. Don't mess with me on a Saturday.
Now, let's just go back
I'm away
to
from
this.
my family.
I think this is a great idea, right? You take all of what you want to say, you plug it into AI, and it says it probably better than you. I mean, like,
yeah, but during a court case, it's a conversation. So if you have just one big spiel, how can he answer questions from the judge or anything? Then it just stops. Stupid.
I don't know if I'm really opposed to this. So you're looking for anyone listening who has recently had to lawyer up.
Right.
And I'm looking for anyone listening who has gotten a bogus ticket lately.
Okay.
This guy in Canada went to bed, parked his car on the street, and the government came in, or the city came in, and put a bus stop in front of his house and ticketed his car 10 minutes after they put a bus stop sign in front of it, even though his car had been there all night.
There was no fine the night before. Now I got to waste my time to go test the ticket. And if they refuse my contest, I actually got to go to court to actually fight a ticket, which is completely wrong. Well, now one bus has passed by, and I think they should notify it and put up a sign before the official sign saying there will be a new sign.
That makes a good amount of sense, right?
That's his side. I guarantee he got like 4 or 5 notices in the mail and just ripped them up thinking they were junk mail. So it's on him.
Lindsay, you're first through. Which one fits you?
I have the ticket one.
All right, let's go. Bogus ticket. What'd you get ticketed for?
So I had went to Herberger's and I had bought a bunch of displays because I had a clothing store. And so I had a truck full of displays and I loaded them all myself and I did all of the things. Well, then I was driving through a small little town and I had my seatbelt underneath my armpit. And so then a cop pulled me over, and I'm already trying to drive with all this crap in the car.
Yeah.
And so he pulled me over and gave me a ticket because I was wearing the seatbelt the wrong way.
Holy Hawkeyes. He could see that, like, from where he was sitting.
I know. I was
drive by.
Seriously? Yeah, it was terrible. So anyway, I went to court, and I fought it, and he didn't show up. So then I got away with it.
So, that is funky to me, that it wouldn't just be a conversation. And I think that that's where things go left with law enforcement. It's like that's where you get the bad taste in your mouth when he could have just pulled you over and said, ma'am, I want you to be as safe as possible. Can you please put this across your chest? And you hopefully would have said,
also,
sure.
Like, don't pull me over at all because I'm like hauling stuff. You know what I mean? It's like hauling a big old load of displays and stuff. It was already like tied down. I mean, it was kind of like already a stressful situation.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's the last thing you need to do is like pull me over to talk to me about my seatbelt. It wasn't like I didn't have it on.
Is that really a thing? You can have your seatbelt under your arm and that's ticketable?
I guess so. You have to have it on properly.
Yeah, I know it is.
I would have never guessed. I would have never guessed that was a thing. Because, like, you ever been in a friend's car and it just was sitting wrong or whatever, and you put your arm over the top? Like, I get it's probably not the safest thing.
It sounds very uncomfortable.
But
it wouldn't
still,
be a natural
to
move
me,
for me.
sounds like you got your seatbelt on. So I'm guessing the law is written that it has to be over your shoulder.
I've been pulled over for my scented tree hanging off my mirror, but it was a simple conversation. Like I said, you pull me over and they say, can you take that down, put it somewhere else in your car? Absolutely. Kind way of asking.
Well, so like
sure.
I'm like I'm a petite person. So like it just goes up really, really high. And so then I'm like, I just need it to be down farther. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And so I just put it underneath my arm, but it was just not okay.
I also think, by the way, that if a cop doesn't show up to traffic court, they should reimburse you for your day's pay that you had to take that day off and go to court for. Because you got to be there, right? And if they don't, I get it gets thrown out and everything.
Does a cop get penalized for not showing up? Like, no call, no show at work, you get penalized.
Whatever they gave you, you win, basically.
You should get $500 if they don't show up. If you're going to contest it, you should get $500. The judge should give you $500 right there.
Yeah, I agree. It didn't happen. But
did you learn anything from this whole thing?
No, because I
Okay, all right.
That's what I love about our listeners. You guys are the best. I hope you have a great morning.
I'm currently driving like that.
Don't do that. It's not safe. Put it across your chest.
So for any cops, what kind of car do you have?
My own body. Like, seriously, leave me alone.
No.
It's like crazy.
We need as many listeners as we can get.
Lindsay, how many
you to be safe.
How many cups of coffee so far this morning, Lindsay?
Like 1 million.
Yeah, you can't tell at all. But hey, be safe out there. I hope you have a great morning.
Okay, you
take care. By the way, so Lindsay gets the bingo.
Thing.
Did you learn anything? Not a thing. I got the feels this morning when I saw this TikTok from a mom whose elementary school kid will not allow her to pack him snacks anymore because he's embarrassed by her.
Knew today from my fourth grader that this kind of snack is embarrassing. Like a Ziploc bag with a snack in it is embarrassing. So if I'm going to send a snack, it needs to be in like one of those individual single serving bags because this was just, he could not bring this to school. He was too embarrassed.
So he wanted a bag of chips, like a bag of Sun Chips or a bag of Doritos, the small bag. Instead, she took the big bag, emptied a bunch of them into a Ziploc bag and sent them with, and it's too embarrassing.
One thing I tried to do was eliminate any after-school snack conversation. It started to make my eye twitch. I'm like, you know where our pantry is. So what I did was I went to Sam's and I created something that I've never done before, along the floor of one side of our pantry is a snack zone. So we have
Perfect.
a box of pop chips. We have Chomps, Fruit Leather, white cheddar, Smart Pop, like healthier stuff, but still grab and goes. And still like Nutella things. Still every day is a conversation. I'm like, you got to bring that to somebody else because I can't. You know where it's at.
All I ever wanted when I was in elementary school, and this is how old I am, is when you would want a snack pack of chocolate pudding.
I was going to say snack pack. I am
a snack
psychic.
pack of chocolate pudding. And I'm so old that they would come in the tin. They were tin. They were like aluminum little cans. They weren't plastic. God. And you would peel the tin back. And I remember my friend Jason would get cold lunch all the time. And he would bring it. He'd always have a snack pack. I wanted a snack pack so bad. And one time, and I remember telling my mom this, and like I didn't grow up wealthy, but I remember telling my mom over and over again, all my friends got a snack pack. Can I get a snack pack? And what she did was she made Jell-O pudding on the stove.
Oh, no.
And then put it in a little itty-bitty Tupperware kind of thing with the cover. And I wouldn't take it out of my bag because I was like, they all got snack pack. Like they get to rip the lid off. Mine was made by my mom. Yeah, right. Yeah, they'd lick the top. Yeah. And back then that was dangerous because those were metal lids.
Yeah.
Like you could legitimately cut your tongue. But I remember it sitting in the bottom of my bag. And then as soon as I got home, I ate it real quick and threw it in the sink so that my mom thought I ate it at school. But I would not eat that in front of my friends because I didn't have a snack pack. I had pudding made on the stove by my mom. I was so embarrassed by that. And then the other thing that really got me as far as embarrassing lunches is my dad being in the military. We had a ton of the freeze dried grab and go, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they were all in but he sent me once it was not a fruit roll up, which my friends would always get the fruit roll ups. It was like what did you call it? Leather?
Fruit leather.
It was basically Army's version of fruit leather.
I love fruit
that
leather.
was freeze dried, but it was like so freeze dried and dehydrated that it was like jerky.
Oh.
It was like apple jerky is kind of what it was. And I remember it had that just ugly army green packaging. And I remember my dad thought this was a great gift. I stole a box of this from the military. You guys are going to love it. And I remember that sitting in the bottom of my paper bag, too. And I was like, I cannot pull this out in front of my friends.
God, the passion you tell these stories with, I can tell that you were very much affected. I don't think that I had any embarrassing. I took hot lunch all the time. My mom tried to embarrass me, but little did she know I loved it. Like on my birthdays or like a random day, she'd show up with Subway, you know?
What's better?
I know. And I think she thought like creeping up on me would embarrass me in front of my friends. I'm like, hell yeah, bring that foot long.
But I think you don't understand the extreme razor blade I was tap dancing on as a kid because I was so goofy looking.
Yeah.
But I was really close to being in that really cool friend zone, but not quite there. So I was always grabbing. I had to watch every move to make sure. And then the worst is like when you wear glasses as a kid and you're out in the playground and your glasses get broke because you take a kickball to the face and then like you can't see and you're still trying to hold your glasses together, or you go down to the office and they use a bunch of white tape to, I mean, you look, I look like Louis Skolnick from Revenge of the Nerds.
It's gonna be okay.
It was, I was tap dancing on that razor's edge for a long time. So like that apple leather, that was a big deal to me, man. Now I look back and I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad. My dad was just trying to be a nice guy and I was just a jerk about it.